Hey everybody, this is Doug Boutwell. I'm coming to you from the new home of Boutwell Studio here in Laguna Niguel, California. Today we're going to be telling you a little bit about ProRetouch, which is our retouching action included with the Totally Rad Action Mix. ProRetouch was developed with one goal in mind, and that was to provide sort of an all-in-one, quick, easy, high-quality retouching solution for smoothing skin, texture, and generally making people look like rock stars. The unique feature of ProRetouch that a lot of other techniques don't have is that ProRetouch utilizes a system of high-pass filters to bring back detail into areas where you do want detail, so the skin looks like skin instead of looking like sheets of plastic that have covered the face of your bride or your portrait subject. It's a very powerful action. There's a lot of flexibility available within the action. However, it's a little complicated, and a lot of people are afraid of it and aren't getting the full use out of it. So I thought I'd do this little video tutorial to show you how to get the most out of it. So let's go. So the example we're going to be using today is a window light portrait from one of our recent weddings. Really love this picture. The bride's beautiful. She has these bright green eyes, but the hard window lights coming from the side can really be unforgiving in terms of showing up any texture or imperfections in people's skin. As beautiful as it is and dramatic as it is, it's also can be kind of tough for close-up portraits. So we're going to take that and go to town on that. First thing you're going to do is run your ProRetouch action, go over to your actions palette and just click on that. When that's done, you're going to have 3 new layers in your layers palette. One which is the ProRetouch action itself, so make sure that you clicked on the ProRetouch layer mask right there. And then go over to your brush tool, grab that, and make sure your foreground color is white. And then basically just go and start painting into the photo anywhere that you want to retouch. What you're basically doing at this step is turning the action on. You're activating it in those areas that you want it to apply by painting with a white brush onto that layer mask. By default, ProRetouch actually doesn't do anything. But by doing this, you're actually basically activating the action. You can be a little sloppy with this too. We designed it so that it's a forgiving action, but basically just go to town, and when you see a result that you like, go ahead and take a look. Click the layer on and off, and you'll be able to see that you have smooth skin right off the bat, but you've retained the texture of the skin, and so you have a bride that looks like a human being instead of a plastic Barbie doll at this point. But we can go even farther. We can refine this even a little bit more. If you go back over to your layers palette there, you can expand out the fine detail and coarse detail parts of the action. Just open up all of that so that you see all these different layers inside. And as you click those on and off right there, look at the photo on the left. Watch it while you click on the individual layers and then the groups of layers, and what you'll see is basically the different frequencies of detail in the photo coming back to life, and you'll be able to pinpoint, this is an area right here that has a little bit of like low frequency detail, for instance, just kind of general unevenness in skin texture shows up that way, and you'll be able to say by turning those on and off, you know, I can do without this detail, I can do without that detail. So to refine this even further, what we're going to do is actually remove some of the coarse detail from the skin here, and that's generally the area that you're going to find things like just general kind of unevenness in tone. We're going to get rid of a lot of that right off the bat just by removing some of that coarse detail. So what you're going to do is go back over to your layers palette and click on the coarse detail group, add a layer mask to that by clicking down there, and then switch your brush color to black, because this time we're actually subtracting that out of the mask. So once you've done that, go to town. Start basically going over areas that look like they could use a little bit more evening out, and you'll see that immediately we're kind of refining that a little bit more, and we're still retaining a sense of skin texture right here. We're not destroying that entirely, because again, we want people to look like human beings, not Barbie dolls. But you know, just by doing that, you can kind of go through and refine that look more and more. If you go back and click the ProRetouch layer on and off, you'll notice a huge difference just in terms of the overall result there. That's what we started with, and that's what we end up with. This whole process really only took a few minutes.
And again, this is without even touching the healing brush. This is without destroying people's skin and making it look like some sort of god-awful plastic mess. It's a very believable result that pretty much works in any generic situation and will save you a lot of time, and I think give a lot better results than most of the other techniques out there. So it's just about that simple. You can download the actions at totallyradactions.com, and if you have any questions about any of that, you can always email me at doug@boutwellstudio.com. But it's getting late. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope you guys had fun and learned something, and see you around.